Alright, so I'm making this video because I'm kind of having sort of my own sort of writer's block. I'm finding it really hard to be creative right now because I feel like I've kind of put this sort of narrative upon myself that what I create as far as content or videos and whatever has to be sort of car related, and I think that's really ruined my motivation for the whole YouTube and Instagram and stuff, because I mean this all started from sort of a creative outlet for myself. Like I just wanted to, you know, create cinematic video, but I wanted a place where I can show people, and then that's where the YouTube channel came in. And you know, lately I feel like I've been just kind of stuck in a drought where I'm running out of material, I guess. Not really for the YouTube, but this is mostly for Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram already, you should. I'd really appreciate it. I'll probably post it right in front of my face. But the thing is, my Instagram is like starting to become really heavily, I mean, I guess I started it to be mostly about car content, and you know, it's cool and it's been fun. The problem is, like, I've kind of run out of material to use to make posters, and like I could go on Google and like look up photos of cars and then make them that way, and that's cool, but I would rather it be more authentic than that. Like I want to use my own footage and my own photos and stuff like that. For me, I've just kind of, I want to post more. I want to be posting every day if I could, but problem is I'm just don't have anything to make. I don't have anything to film really. I don't have anything to post, and I want to, but there just isn't much. It's just my fault because I put this strong narrative on myself that like I have to, like, oh, it's all gotta be car related content. But you know, this whole thing started because I wanted to express myself, and I wanted to, I don't know, this sounds so like weird, but I wanted to express what my life is like and the things that I enjoy, things that I think are cool, you know, as far as music, as far as cars, art. Sorry, I'm doing this with my hands, you can't see it, but this whole thing is started on YouTube because I want to express myself. That's what it is for me. I've always wanted to just have some form of artistic release, you know. I mean, drawing helps, stuff like that, but I mean, at the end of the day, of course I want people to see what I do to a certain degree, not everything, you know, I keep parts of my life private, but I think everybody, I think naturally as humans we have a desire to show off, you know, and I guess this, you know, I want to show people what I can do. And building the car has been super fun, building the BMW, but right now it needs a lot of work that I just don't want to do because I don't want to pull my transmission and it's fucking cold all the time. And have you ever worked on a car in the cold and just fucking like hit your knuckle on something? It's the most painful thing I've ever felt in my life. You hit those babies in the cold, it's like your entire nervous system just shuts down. It's the worst. But I will get it done, obviously. I'm not like giving up on the project or something, but I'm stalling, alright? That's what I'm doing. I just got a tattoo done like right on my abdomen. I'm still kind of waiting on it to heal. I don't want to be crawling around on the floor too much, and I don't want to mess it up. I mean, I think it's like almost ready, but I'm just gonna give it another week before I start doing anything. So what I want to do to help with my artistic block is I'm gonna kind of rebrand my Instagram. Like I said, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. I would really appreciate it. It helps a lot. But anyway, I think one way I'm gonna rebrand myself is I don't really know how to explain like the ideas I have in my head of what I want to create, because a lot of it's like really just weird stuff, like no real narrative to it, just kind of an expression of the things that I enjoy. Like the only way I could explain it to you is if I just did it and I showed you. So that's, I guess, part of it. Like I just want to make edits and do photography and no. So I guess the whole video is about, obviously the title kind of sounds more like I have answers for you. I really don't. I think a huge way to help with blocks, whether that's, you know, in anything that you're doing, it doesn't have to be art. Like obviously people experience blocks every day, and I think a lot of people preach this idea of like, oh, like just find something new and just always work to keep moving forward and stuff like that. And I think if there's something that you like doing and you are experiencing a block, I think it's important to take a few steps back. You know, take some steps back and think like, okay, why did I start in the first place? Why did I want to start doing what I was doing that I enjoy so much? And I think it's important to just go back to that point. Like for me, like I said, the whole reason I started this was and I just wanted to express myself. And you know, in the past few months I've been kind of, instead of having all like a room for me to work, I've kind of narrowed it down to this like only car stuff. I can only post car related stuff. If it's not car related, it's not, you know, whatever. And you might be thinking like, oh, but why don't you just post other stuff on your normal Instagram? No, my normal Instagram is so that I can repost UFC edits and old vintage racing videos so that I can get more boyfriends. That's what my personal Instagram is for. But for my walk racing Instagram, I think I just want it to be like art. It's really what I just want it to be. I want to do more photography with other people and in places, and yeah. I can just go like, I live in buttfuck nowhere. There's like no cars here. There's no car museums around here. There's no anything. It's like, there's just nothing to there's nothing to shoot, nothing to film. So the way I'm gonna fix this for me is just to be open again with what I create, the things I enjoy. And I'm not just gonna like dump my whole life onto Instagram, but I don't know, I just, at the end of the day, I want it to be cool. Does that make sense? Like for me, for people that are, I want people to see what I make. And I don't just want them to think it's cool because of what they're seeing, but I want it to be like, you feel a certain way, you know? You see something and you're like, oh wow, that's, I don't know, that's cool. Like it's not cool like it looks cool, but it's cool in many ways. It's gotta be, I want to ignite like a feeling that I get of how I feel about the things that I enjoy. Some updates on my life. I got my resonator. That's pretty cool. I'm hoping to get the muffler soon. Not that it matters anyway, my car doesn't even run, so like I pre-ordered those parts before my car fucking exploded again. Oh wait, I haven't explained why my car's not running, have I? Okay, so here's what happened. I got the car running, it was great. I was driving it, all problems fixed. It was not having any issues whatsoever. It wasn't hesitating, it wasn't sputtering. I didn't even have to like wiggle the ECU to get it started. Like it was just starting up first crank. Awesome. I drove it around all night, went to the gym with my brother, made it there. Anyway, the next day I'm driving with one of my friends, Uriel, and we're driving, everything's good, and the car shuts down again. I'm like, oh my gosh, like why is it shutting down? I thought I fixed everything and it shuts down again. So I'm like, okay, whatever. We pull off. It takes a little longer than usual, but I get it started again. We keep driving. I'm like, all right, we were gonna go get breakfast, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go bring the car home. We'll take my truck. We'll just go get breakfast normally without my cool BMW, my cool 50-year-old BMW. But it shuts down again randomly, and I'm almost home, but it just shuts down, and I'm like, oh, great, okay, now I have to get it started again. And then this time I can't get it started. I don't know why, but it just won't start, and it's not even cranking over. So I'm like, I don't know. So that's not even the worst of it. Anyway, I end up just calling a tow truck because I'm like, where my car broke down, I was in a really good spot. Like I wasn't in traffic or anything, so I was like, if I get it started again and I try and drive it home, what if I get stuck somewhere even worse, right? So I just figured, you know what, this is a perfect spot for a tow truck to come get me. I have AAA insurance, I'll get a tow truck to come pick me up, take me home. So that's what they did. Brought my car home, everything was great. And then when they bring my car off of the tow truck, the guy's underneath and he's unhooking the latch, the straps and everything. And he's like, hey man, your car's leaking a lot of transmission fluid. I was like, transmission fluid? Why would it? That's weird. But I just figured, I figured because the bottom side of my engine and everything is really oily. So I was like, oh, you know, I think it's probably just oil like getting over everywhere. And he's like, oh yeah, could be it. But you should probably come look at this. I was like, okay. I look underneath my car. In between the transmission and the engine, that seam, dumping oil. All right onto my driveway. Oil. Not transmission fluid, but it's dumping oil right onto my driveway. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is this happening? But anyway, what I think it is I'm sure you know, I've mentioned many times, my transmission mount is broken. What I think happened is, since my transmission mount is broken, my transmission has kind of just been like hanging off of my engine, and well, not hanging, like it's bolted in and it's strong, but I think it's just without that extra mount, it just put too much pressure on the rear main seal, and the rear main seal broke and now it's leaking oil. It's not a terrible fix, but I have to pull my transmission off, replace my rear main seal. Good side is that it would be a lot easier to re-weld my transmission mount if my transmission was just set on a table and I could just weld it there, rather than welding it underneath my car would be such a pain in the ass. So I guess there's kind of a, you know, calm after the storm, I guess, so that's pretty good. I'm also, since everything's going to be taken off anyway, I just figured I'm going to replace my clutch and flywheel. I'm going to get a stage 2 clutch and flywheel, so that, because why not? That's why. I'm getting creep scope, I think that's what it's called. It's when it's like, oh, well, since I'm doing this, I might as well just replace that as well. And since this is off, I might as well replace it. That's what creep scope is. I think I'm saying it right. But, you know, since my transmission is going to be off, I might as well just replace my clutch and flywheel with a stage 2. So that's what I'm going to do. The clutch will be able to handle around 300 to 450 horsepower. I'm hoping to push around 300 horsepower. If I can push 300 horsepower in a car that weighs nothing, that would be sick. But yeah, so that's the plan. Haven't ordered any parts yet. I'm just going to take the transmission off first, just so I can take a look at everything. If there's anything else I want to replace, then I will. But yeah, so sorry, I guess I haven't posted anything about the car, but that is what happened with the BMW. And then I just need to figure out how to get my car started again. So that's pretty awesome. If I can give any advice to you, if you want to beat your mental block, whatever it is, always try and work for something different. It might be worth going back to where you started. Alright, thanks for watching.